Hey there, digital prospectors, remember PiNetwork? That thing you might have downloaded on your phone to mine crypto while waiting for the bus? Well, buckle up because things just got interesting. BANXA, a big-time payments company, just dropped a cool $19 million on Pi coins. That's right, they bought 30.5 million of them, like they were stocking up on discount socks. But this is crypto, folks, and in this game, $19 million screams, we believe in this thing. Now you might be thinking, John, I mine Pi while I poop. Why would a real company care? That's a fair question, especially coming from someone who clearly enjoys multitasking. But here's the thing. BANXA isn't in the business of flushing money down the toilet. They see something in Pi, something potentially huge, and it all starts with you, the person casually mining on their phone. This isn't just about some obscure digital tokens changing hands. This is about a signal, a flare shot into the crypto sky. Now let's talk about BANXA for a second. This isn't just another company jumping on the crypto bandwagon. BANXA has been around for a while, establishing itself as a reliable and innovative player in the financial technology space. They're not some fly-by-night operation. With a team of seasoned professionals and a robust infrastructure, BANXA has built a reputation for trust and efficiency in the financial world. They're a global payments company, the kind that makes it possible for you to buy your weird internet purchases with real, actual money. From everyday transactions to more complex financial operations, BANXA ensures seamless and secure payment processes. They're the bridge between the digital and the real world, and they just threw a whole lot of weight behind PiNetwork. This isn't just a casual endorsement, it's a significant commitment to integrating digital currencies into mainstream use. This wasn't just a random impulse buy, like that time you drunkenly bought a gallon of mayonnaise online. BANXA's move is strategic. They've analyzed the market, assessed the potential, and decided that PiNetwork is worth the investment. They're not just buying Pi coins, they're buying into the PiNetwork ecosystem. This means they're investing in the technology, the community, and the future potential of this digital currency. They see the potential of a massive user base, a community of millions already plugged into the Pi world. This user base is active, engaged, and growing every day, making it a fertile ground for future financial innovations. Think of it like this. Imagine if back in the early days of the internet, AOL suddenly decided to invest heavily in this new thing called email. That's the kind of forward-thinking move BANXA is making with PiNetwork. BANXA is betting on PiNetwork becoming a major player in the future of finance, a way for people to use cryptocurrency in their everyday lives. This isn't just about speculation, it's about practical, everyday use. It's about building a new kind of digital economy, one that's powered by its users. BANXA's investment is a step towards a more inclusive and user-driven financial future, where digital currencies play a central role in our daily transactions. Let's talk numbers for a second, shall we? PiNetwork boasts a staggering 60 million users worldwide. That's more people than the population of Spain, all mining away on their phones, contributing to the PiNetwork ecosystem. It's like a global army of digital ants, each one carrying a tiny bit of Pi, slowly building something massive. Now you might be thinking, John, I've met people who use PiNetwork, and they're mostly just my weird cousin who collects commemorative plates. And to that I say fair enough. But remember, the early days of any revolution are often populated by the, let's say, enthusiastically unconventional. The point is, PiNetwork has tapped into something powerful, the desire for ordinary people to be a part of the crypto revolution. They've made it easy, accessible, even fun to mine cryptocurrency. You don't need a fancy computer or a degree in advanced blockchain technology. Just download the app, tap a button once a day, and boom, you're mining Pi. Here's the thing about PiNetwork. Right now, it's kind of like a beautiful car that's still up on blocks in the garage. It looks sleek, modern, and full of promise, but it's not going anywhere just yet. It looks great, it's got all the bells and whistles, but you can't actually drive it anywhere. Imagine having a car with the latest technology, but the engine just won't start. Why? Because PiNetwork is still in its enclosed mainnet phase. This means that while the infrastructure is there, it's not fully operational for the public. What does that mean in English? It means that Pi coins aren't truly tradable on the open market yet. You can't just go to an exchange and trade them like you would with Bitcoin or Ethereum. You can't just swap them for Bitcoin or cash them out for a wheelbarrow full of money. Essentially, your Pi coins are in a holding pattern, waiting for the green light. The PiNetwork team controls the flow of Pi, and they've been notoriously tight-lipped about when exactly they'll pull the trigger on the open mainnet. They are working behind the scenes, but the lack of transparency has been a point of contention. This has led to a lot of speculation, frustration, and even conspiracy theories within the PiNetwork community. People are eager for updates, but the silence has only fueled more questions. Some people believe the team is just stalling, waiting for the right moment to cash out and leave everyone else holding the bag. The fear of being part of a scam is real for many. Others believe they're meticulously building something special, something that will change the world, and they're just taking their sweet time to get it right. They see the potential for PiNetwork to revolutionize the crypto space. The truth, as always, probably lies somewhere in the middle. It's a balancing act between caution and ambition, between hype and reality. But one thing's for sure, the pressure is on. The community is watching closely and the clock is ticking. Will PiNetwork finally unleash its potential? Only time will tell. Now let's take a step back from the whole open mainnet drama for a second and talk about what makes PiNetwork unique in the first place. Because it's not just another Bitcoin clone trying to get in on the crypto craze. PiNetwork has a vision. And that vision is all about accessibility and real-world use. See, the problem with most cryptocurrencies is that they're about as user-friendly as a rabid badger. They're complicated, intimidating, and require a certain level of technical know-how that most people just don't have. PiNetwork wants to change that. They've designed their entire ecosystem around the idea that anyone, regardless of their technical skills or financial resources, should be able to participate in the crypto revolution. That's why they made mining Pi as simple as tapping a button on your phone. No need for expensive hardware or complicated software, just you, your phone, and the power of the blockchain. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the price of Picoin. As of right now, it's hovering around 58 cents. This might seem underwhelming to some, especially those who were hoping for a quick rise to riches. Not exactly the kind of number that's going to make you quit your day job and buy a private island. But let's not forget, every cryptocurrency has its humble beginnings. But then again, neither was Bitcoin back in its early days. Bitcoin too started at a fraction of a cent before it became the giant we know today. So what's the deal with Picoin's price? Why hasn't it followed the same meteoric path? Why hasn't it skyrocketed to the moon like some other cryptocurrencies? The answer lies in a mix of unique factors. Well, there are a few factors at play here. Let's break them down. First and foremost, remember that whole enclosed mainnet thing we talked about? This is a crucial aspect. Yeah, that's a big one. The enclosed mainnet means Picoins aren't freely tradable yet. As long as Picoins aren't freely tradable on the open market, their price is going to be artificially suppressed. It's like having a valuable item that you can't sell. It's like trying to sell a rare baseball card that's still sealed in its original packaging. The value is there, but the market access isn't. Sure, it might be worth a lot of money, but good luck finding a buyer who's willing to take your word for it. The market needs to see it to believe it. Second, there's the issue of market sentiment. Sentiment can make or break a cryptocurrency. The crypto world is a fickle beast, driven by hype, speculation, and the occasional dose of FOMO, fear of missing out. Right now, Picoin isn't the center of that hype. Right now, all eyes are on the big players like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Until Picoin can break into that spotlight, its price will likely remain modest. Now, I'm not one to make financial predictions. Frankly, I'm amazed I can even balance my checkbook. But there are people out there who claim to be able to predict the future of cryptocurrency, and some of them are even surprisingly accurate. One such crypto prognosticator is a mysterious figure known only as Moon Jeff. Yes, really. And according to Moon Jeff's latest crystal ball gazing session, Picoin is poised for a major breakout. How major? Try $3 by June 2025. Now before you run out and mortgage your house to buy up all the Picoins you can get your hands on, let's take a deep breath and remember that this is just one person's opinion. And not just any person, mind you, but a person who calls themselves Moon Jeff. Take that for what you will. Let's put aside the price predictions for a moment and talk about the bigger picture. Because PiNetwork isn't just about making a quick buck, it's about creating a new kind of digital economy, one that's accessible to everyone and powered by its users. Imagine a world where you could use your Picoins to buy groceries, pay your rent, or even book a flight. Imagine a decentralized marketplace where you could buy and sell goods and services directly with other users, without the need for banks or intermediaries. This is the future that PiNetwork is building towards. Now I know what you're thinking. John, that sounds like a utopian fantasy land where everyone's walking around with pockets full of magical internet money, and you're not wrong to be skeptical. Building a new financial system from the ground up is no easy feat. But here's the thing, PiNetwork isn't starting from scratch. So, where does this all leave us? Is PiNetwork the future of finance? Will PiCoin become the next Bitcoin? Honestly, I have no idea, and anyone who claims to know for sure is probably trying to sell you something. But here's what I do know. The world of finance is changing. Cryptocurrency, once a niche interest for tech geeks and libertarian cypherpunks, is becoming increasingly mainstream. And PiNetwork, with its focus on accessibility and real-world use, is well positioned to capitalize on this trend. Whether they succeed or fail remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, the crypto revolution will be decentralized. It will be powered by the people, not by banks or governments.